So it's at this moment that one of the crew members enters the cockpit, like one of the flight attendants, on some just unrelated business, only to learn that they are not going to Lisbon any longer. Not only that, Captain Pichet asks this crew member to then go back and inspect the wings for a fuel leak.
Oh, no.
Any guess on how you inspect a wing if you're like in the fuselage of an airplane? How do you inspect a wing?
I just think of the thing in Temple of Doom where they let the fuel out and it just literally looks like liquid coming out of the wing.
You're exactly right. All you can do is just – now it's the middle of the night, keep in mind. This is a red eye. So all you can do is walk back and then shine a flashlight out the window of the plane and look at the wing. Now in the daylight, presumably – you would be able to see fuel spraying out the back of an engine in the same way that in the Temple of Doom. But at night, even with a flashlight, there's virtually no chance of that. But also, like, what if you're that guy sitting at the window and the flight attendant is just like, I just need to check the wing real quick.
Excuse me, sir. Oh, my God. Okay.
Yeah.
So
a little tense.
He or she goes to the window and shines a flashlight out to the wing.
Yeah. And
that would have to be a high-powered flashlight, too, to see anything.
And probably not powerful enough. And they don't see anything because you really probably can't see anything, even though, as we will soon learn, there was a lot happening on that wing.
Oh, boy.
So with no physical evidence and no further alerts, both pilots misdiagnosed the issue as a sensor malfunction. On the bright side, they had set off from Canada with almost 50 metric tons of fuel, which is 5.5 tons more than is required on such a flight path, which is good. You want to pack some extra granola bars when you're going on a hike, right?
100%. When you're hiking across Europe.
Yeah. Yes.
So don't forget to pack extra granola bars, by the way, when we go on our trip.
And this is where our pilots made a bit of a tough call, and very likely the incorrect one. There's actually a protocol for a suspected fuel leak, even if you can't verify it. Now, they could have followed that, but instead they felt confident that this was just a computer system error and there was no leak, and so they initiated the fuel imbalance procedure instead. And this fix wasn't exactly crazy. This is something that happens, and since there was indeed an imbalance, but it was probably the worst thing they could have done. So in an effort to balance the weight of the aircraft, they start pumping fuel from the left wing over to the right, not realizing that a massive crack in the fuel line of the right engine was spitting out their fuel almost as quickly as they were pumping it over. So in essence, they were just dumping fuel into the Atlantic Ocean. It's like a classic case of just making the problem worse when you're trying to solve it.
So they basically are doing what they did in Temple of Doom and just dumping their fuel.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
At this point, Flight 236 was down to 7 tons of fuel, which is only 6% of the plane's total fuel capacity.
Oh, no.
But they're like over the middle of the Atlantic.
Jesus.
So Pichet continues to fiddle with various engine settings and configurations to try to save fuel. And all of a sudden, the right engine shuts down. It just flames out.
Because it's out of fuel.
Yes.
Oh, God.
The pilots, This is when the pilots send a mayday signal. 13 minutes later, the left engine also completely dies.
Because it is out of fuel.
Also out of fuel.